parasha, we also have a very deep insight into the story of Yaakov and his wives. When Yaakov asked to be buried in Eretz Canaan, he says, Shama kavu et Avraham v'et Sarah ishto, Shama kavu et Yitzchak v'et Rivka ishto, v'shama kavarti et Leah. He says that Abraham buried his wife Sarah there in the Ma'arat HaMachpelah, and so Yitzchak as well buried his wife Rivka. When he talks about Leah, he doesn't call her his wife. And this, I think, is very indicative, is when Yehuda describes how Yaakov reacted to their idea of going down to Eretz Mitzrayim, to Egypt. Once again, he uses the word Shnayim Yaldali Ishti, referring to Rachel, who was not Yehuda's mother, as the true wife of Yaakov. Yaakov himself did not say this when he talked to them, but when Yehuda describes the situation and the fact that Binyamin is meant to go down to Egypt, he uses the word Ishti. He quotes his father as saying Ishti, even though those are not the exact words he said. So that everybody is aware that Yaakov's true love was Rachel, even at the end of his life, even when he is asking to be buried in the burial place of his fathers with Leah, who he does not call his wife. When we think of this tragic situation and Leah's predicament, even after Rachel is no longer around, since she died earlier, we can think of how difficult a life Leah must have had, and I think it gives us a lot of sympathy for people in our community who are stuck with difficult marital situations and need to be released from them. Shabbat Shalom. This week I would like to discuss a matter of the art form of the Torah rather than a matter of content. The Torah, in very terse and concise language, tells us many things, even psychological insights. So when Yosef meets his brothers after a long speech in which he explains that he is Yosef, he says to them, והנה עיניכם רואות ועיני אחי בנימין כי פי המדבר עליכם. And in English, behold, your eyes see as do the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that is my mouth that is speaking to you. This seems to be very strange. After he has been speaking for a long time and explaining exactly who he is and the situation at hand. However, by these words, we get a picture, almost a picture like in cinema. We can see the incredulous eyes of the brothers, and they don't believe that this is actually happening. So he says, trust your eyes. See that I am really Yosef, as my dear brother Binyamin sees that I am really Yosef. So within a few words, the Torah actually paints a picture of the psychological situation of Yosef and his brothers at this very intense moment in time.